Waves for Men. Our hair extension services, where only you and your stylist know for sure. Free gated parking, open Mondays 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Tuesday through Friday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Open Saturdays by appointment. We're located at 6525 2nd Avenue. Call 313-873-0016.
Get fit with Brett, certified personal trainer. Brett gets results. For only $10, you can be a part of the Bali by Brett Boot Camp. Bali by Brett provides customized fitness training. Bali by Brett provides both private sessions or group sessions. Classes are forming fast. Pick up the phone and call 248-382-8514. $10 can change your life. Call now. 248-382-8514. Come to Bali by Brett Fitness. Yvette Meadows' CD, Simply Me, featuring the single Face to Face. Yvette Meadows. Music you will enjoy listening to. Yvette Meadows. Pick up your copy of Yvette Meadows' CD, Simply Me, produced by Beat Mob Productions. Yvette Meadows, Simply Me.
Are you unemployed, broke, or just need extra cash? Did you know that there is a brand new program offered by the Obama administration that will put cash in your pocket? If you have a friend or loved one age 60 or older, or under 60 and disabled, you can get paid to do what you're already doing, which is taking care of them. This program is for a limited time only, called United Home Health Care at 1-855-978-HELP, and get paid today.
The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors. You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park.
Welcome to Metro Foodland, where you will always find courteous service. Our hardworking staff always gives their all to maintain our dairy fresh and wholesome products, cold cuts, premium meats, and of course, we have some of the freshest produce around. Check out our deli and bistro. We also carry specialty items such as Tanisha Noni, Water Station alkaline water, and much, much more. If we don't have it, just ask, and we'll do our best to get it. Remember to ask how to join our Healthy Rewards Club. Seniors and ladies, always ask for an escort to your vehicle. We'll see you soon at Detroit's own community grocer, Metro Foodland, located at 18551 Grand River. That's 18551 Grand River, near Finkel and the Southfield Freeway. Remember, that's Metro Foodland.
Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. Good evening. Welcome to Mixing It Up. My name is Barry Ross, and I am more than humbled to be able to come into your home this evening. This show is live. What you see here right now is real. I'm live on TV 33, Comcast 20. Also, you can hit us up on www.tv33whpr.com. These shows on Mixing It Up are always available to you. We download them into 3 places. You can go into Mixing It Up on Facebook, just hit videos, and you can see everything that I've ever done, including my activism in the community. We also are at YouTube. If you go to Ross BD51 and go to YouTube, you can click it on. We have a call. I bet you it's, hold on one second, everybody. Good evening, you're on the air. Hello? Is anybody there? Okay, it must be left over from the other show. This evening, I have a couple beautiful women to open up my show in a couple minutes, and I'm very proud to be able to have. I have a mom, a wife, a business owner that owns a pharmacy in Detroit. And you know, we're relegated to going to all these commercial chain stores, Walgreens, and paying these high prices and mixing it up the drugs and giving you the wrong prescriptions. You know, that happens to us. But we want a family store. The day the mom-and-pop drugstores are far and few between. But we have Jordan's Pharmacy. They're on Davison and Linwood? Dexter and Davison. I used to hang out there many, many years ago, by the way. And it's called Jordan's Pharmacy, right? And Jordan's Discount Pharmacy. So I have the owner. Her name is Valerie Jones. And we're going to talk about customer service. We're going to talk about how important it is for a pharmacist to recognize that if you're taking several different prescriptions, a lot of times the pharmacists just continue to fill them, even though there's side effects. A lot of drugs don't go together. You can't always take two different drugs at the same time. They have opposite effects on you. So we're going to talk to Valerie and her lovely daughter, Camille, in a few minutes. And then I have a new guest, Mr. Eric Humphrey. He has a very interesting, and this just came to my attention today, he's got a new technology in security. Now, as you're well aware of, breaking and entering in homes in the city of Detroit and crime is through the roof. He has a new system with technology where we're going to talk all about it. It's called, the name of his company is Scan Tech Security. I can't wait to him. This just came to my attention from a friend a couple hours ago. And we have a working video, right, Hodo? The video straight? Okay, we're supposed to have a video to illustrate how the system works. And then again, as you know, I turn my shows over the last half an hour. Reverend Myowa Reynolds, hopefully he's going to be here tonight, and we're going to show you a new segment. This woman is so dynamic and so off the hook and cares about you so much. She is in Fellowship Chapel, Wendell Anthony's church, and she's a teacher. She teaches choreography, and she loves Detroit, and she loves the youth, and she cares about what's going on. You know, today, our lawyer in the city of Detroit, trying to back up the city charter, was fired. I can't believe this. Crystal Crittenden was just on Malik's show about 3 weeks ago, and Dave Bing, sellout, because I can say that, and there's a good side to city council, and there's a side that is always just siding when they get a little pressure, and they don't always do their research, and they don't always read the documents before them. They endorsed letting this woman go. And the whole city was on board to support Crystal about a month ago when this looked like it was going to happen. And again today, Dave Bing, my God, should have stuck to basketball. Maybe just a basketball camp would have been good for Dave Bing. I would have liked to seen him just work with basketball. Detroit, we've had 60 more murders in a city this year than last year. And we're not getting on board. Now, I want to encourage the people that live in this city, and those, as a matter of fact, yesterday I was at a meeting in Roseville on violence, and it looks like we might be able to get a little support from north of 8 Mile outside of me. We need to recognize the fact that the only way that this city is going to get a little safer between now and the elections for the new mayor is if you get out of your home and you join us and help patrol. I am putting out a plea. I'm seeking over 150 men and women that are able to patrol on the city streets of Detroit nightly for a couple hours in a caravan. I would like people all over on different streets in the city of Detroit, as many as we can, to make a presence, because we don't have an adequate police department that can be there for us when we need them. I'm asking you, you want to join me, you want to join my associates and get involved and make a difference? You call me, 248-417-9696. Call my hotline, Detroit Coalition Against Violence, 313-355-2807. I'm not playing around anymore. I've been coming on my show for a couple years now and asking you, what is it going to take? Does it have to be somebody in your house that gets hurt, raped, molested, killed before you're willing to make a difference? How much more are we willing to take? They're taking the city away as it is. Let's not give them our families. My God. I have to say that my hat goes on to my good friend Malik Shabazz for the show he had tonight. Mike Duggan was on for a good hour. Hey, and I am awestruck by Malik's talent and by his passion for you in the city of Detroit. And we all need to muster up some love for the city. We can no longer sit back idly and just say, well, you know what? Better them than me. You're driving down the street, and the car in front of you throws a empty Pepsi bottle out the window. So you figure, they threw it out. It's okay for me to throw mine out. They didn't vote. What difference does it make if I don't vote? We need to be our own person and start recognizing it's our own individual responsibility to start getting involved in this city. I'm thinking about taking my bullhorn and driving up and down all the streets and hollering at you because I'm going to tell you something. We've lost many families because they can't take it here anymore. Just on the news the other day, I heard a woman say, we're out of here. They came in our house, I think Charlie Duff was doing a story, and they stripped the brand new TV out of the house, stripped the plumbing. We hear about these stories all the time. People say to me, Barry, aren't you afraid when you go out, when you go to abandoned houses, when you're going, yeah, I'm afraid, but so what? Your fear never killed you. Sitting back and doing nothing, that's going to kill you. New Year's Eve, I gave a talk, and there were several prophets in the house. And I'm not a prophet, and nor am I a man of the clergy. But you know what? I did make one prediction. If we don't start standing up for our city, our neighborhoods, and our community, more are going to die. Every day. Every single night, when you turn on the news, the first 15 minutes, especially on Fox, murder, rape, and violence. That's enough for me. I encourage you to call the show tonight, 313-868-0342, 0351-4336. I think next week or the week after, I'm going to have a show strictly on trying to see who's interested in getting involved with me, who wants to come out in the streets with us. Again, 313-355-2807. Okay, New Year's Eve, like I said, I was at the International Institute, and I was speaking. And I met a very interesting woman. It's very rare that I run into a woman that owns her own business, especially a drugstore. So I want to introduce to you all Valerie Jones. Hello, you're lovely on the camera.
Hi, how are you?
And this young lady is who?
This is my daughter, Camille.
Hi, Camille.
Hi.
Hi. And thank you very much for both of you coming here tonight. And I can't believe Camille's age. Tell them how old you are, Camille.
13.
13 years old. I don't know what you're feeding them in that house. Valerie, how long have you been in business?
I've been in business for 4 months now.
Oh.
But I've been a pharmacist for 20 years.
Okay.
And I graduated from the University of Michigan in 1991.
1991.
Mm-hmm. So I've been in the field for a long time.
And where else have you've worked at other pharmacies about town?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Kroger's. I worked there for 15 years, and then I also worked at Rite Aid for a couple of years, off and on for 5 to 6 years there, and then I worked at some independents.
I have to tell you, I talk to my pharmacists quite frequently, the different ones that work at Walgreens from my house, and I'm blown away now. I know you own your own store, but
Yes.
The monies that they make.
Yes.
A pharmacist that just gets out of school, if they get a job with
Yeah.
CVS or Walgreens, what do they start out at?
The pay basically is $50 per hour, and it can go up to there if you get a management position. But it takes 6 to 8 years of schooling. So they only have a doctor of pharmacy degree available now. They don't have the bachelor's anymore. So it's 8 years, 4 years prerequisites, 2 to 4 years prerequisites. Then after that, it's 4 years.
Chemistry, serious chemistry,
Yes.
biology, what
Some
calculus.
Yes, you have to take a semester of calculus, and then after that you get into the pharmacy school where they go into the medicinal chemistry. They go into all the drug states and what type of drugs that are needed. Physiology, anatomy and physiology, you have to know that very well to even become a pharmacist, because you have to know how the drugs affect the body and
Sure.
what actual chemicals are involved.
What today, before the Obamacare goes in, our insurance companies, especially now, we've had so many layoffs in corporations, what have you. Are they paying okay, the insurance companies? Is it taking a long time to get paid from the insurance companies?
No, they actually pay very well, but actually the dispensing fee is not high. They have low dispensing fees, which is the fee that is given to me for actually putting the medication together, making sure that there's no drug interactions. That fee is very low.
Well, dispensing fee, I never even heard of that.
Yeah. So you have to, they'll give you the money for how much the drug actually costs, and then they'll give you a dispensing fee. So basically you're making not as much as, they were a couple years ago. So they have went down on their payment pretty much.
Okay. Are there any insurance companies that you're aware of that pay very slow? What's the hardest insurance company that you deal with today?
No, they're okay. They pay every 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay, very good.
So there's not that bad.
I just switched to United Healthcare, and I want to
Okay.
tell you, I'm
I'm
on a
familiar with
drug.
them.
I'm on a drug that they would the drug that I was on before I got it, they wouldn't approve it. And I'm in an
That's
appeal right now. I can't even believe this.
And that's going to take a while. They don't
Thank
want
you.
to pay.
They
yes.
sent me a package this thick, and then they tell me that's going to be 3 weeks from now. And what I've been going through with this company has been a nightmare.
Well, basically what's happening is that they only want to pay for certain drugs. They want you to try the cheaper drugs first.
Oh, of
the
course.
drugs where they have a lot of generics. And then if that doesn't work, then they'll go to the drugs that are costing
Well, you ready
more
for this?
and more.
Not
Yes.
to interrupt you. The generic of the drug that I was taking before is cheaper than the drug that they have me on now.
Oh, wow.
So I
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens in appeal.
Okay. I believe that.
Today, in today's world, what do you find to be some of the most abused drugs that people are getting prescriptions for?
Pain medication.
Okay,
without-
what are some of the
without a doubt.
names?
Vicodin ES, Xanax, Soma, OxyContin. A lot of the controlled substances, I think they're abusing them,
And they
more.
have been for a long time.
Yes.
OxyContin is through the roof, Dilaudid
Yes.
still. We have a call. Do you mind? Let's take a call.
Sure.
Camille, I might let you get the call. Good evening. You're on the air with my friend Valerie Jones. How are you?
How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
I was wondering if Miss Jones could give the address of her pharmacy and the
Sure.
phone number.
We were going to get to that. Go right ahead.
Okay, sure. The address is 13205 Dexter.
13205 Dexter.
Right, and
And
that's in
Dexter and what?
Detroit. It's between Davison and Tyler.
Tell them the name of your store.
Jordan's Discount Pharmacy. And our phone number is 313-931-3301. And I'm there all the time. My hours are 10 to 5.
Wait a minute.
What? Hello?
Now, I'm hearing her give out the phone number, but I don't have the correct number. Could you give it to me again?
What is the number? 313
931
931
3301.
3301.
Okay, I have 931-3301.
And Valerie, while you're still in a line, you have adequate parking, lit parking, what have you, safe around there? People can feel comfortable
Yes,
coming
it's
in?
safe. I'm open from 10 to 5.
That's all?
Monday
10 to
through Friday,
5?
yes. And then weekends, I'm open from 10 to 2.
You don't want to be open at night, obviously.
No, not in that
Wow.
area.
No,
Oh,
No, not in that
okay.
area.
'cause that area is very run down.
Mm-hmm.
The whole city is run down.
Yeah.
Amen.
The whole city.
Yes.
And that doesn't matter if you live in Birmingham or what city. Anything can happen to anybody at any time.
That's right.
Do you have any more? You have another question for her?
Yes, I do. Do you deliver?
Yes, we do.
You do?
We don't deliver controlled substances, but we do deliver regular maintenance medications because of the risk of someone possibly getting robbed. But the reason why I opened the store in that area because it was needed, and there's a lot of people that don't have insurance and they can't afford to pay, you know, $15, $20, $30 for a prescription. I do have a discounted rate for people who don't have insurance where I can charge them $5 to $10 per prescription, and it's needed in that
Right.
area.
If somebody calls in like this lady right now as a result
I
of
have Medicaid and Medicare.
Okay.
Uh,
We do
since
accept
she's
that.
calling in from the show, is there any kind of extra offer you'd like to extend to anybody? Maybe 5% more off on the cost, or a free candy cane or something,
Sure.
Camille?
Sure, we
A-
can
a
do
stick of
free
gum?
canes. Yes, that's fine. Yes, we do have.
All right.
I can do that.
Okay. Are you good, caller?
Yes, I am. And this is the first time that I've watched your show.
Okay. Well, thank you. What, you just were surfing through the channels?
No, actually, I had turned it on when Malik was on.
Okay.
But I caught the end of him, and so I just kept it on because I've seen the Hodo before.
Okay.
So I appreciate your show, and I appreciate you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you there.
We have another call. Camille, should I take it? I'm going to let you say hello, caller. Go ahead.
Hello, caller.
Yes, good evening.
They don't speak up. How are you, sir? Happy New Year to you.
Would you give that address once more again?
Yes, that address
I'm going
is.
to hang up and listen while you get the address again.
Okay,
Thank you
sure.
for your call.
Okay, thank you.
The address is 13205 Dexter. That's in Detroit, and that's 48238. And the phone number is 313-931-3301.
Thank you for your call. I know you went off the line. And, you know, I told you going forward, if we can, we want to help the store. Maybe we'll run a few spots for you and get people in. Okay, so we were talking about abused drugs, that obviously the narcotics. My pharmacy, I guess a lot of them now, you can e-scribe. Now tell everybody what you do the e-scribe?
Yes, we do.
What is e-scribe?
E-scribe is a process that the pharmacist and the doctor use to transfer prescriptions. The doctor will write the prescription, and he'll put it through on the computer online, and he basically faxes it, or he will email it to me.
Okay.
So it's a direct link where the patient does not have to be directly involved in taking the prescription by hand and then giving it to the pharmacist.
Wow, that's great. Now, can any drug be e-scribed?
Yes, any drug can be e-scribed except for OxyContin and other C2 drugs. They cannot be.
Okay. Now, what might be an example? You and I were talking about this earlier, and then anything you want to talk about.
Okay.
What might be some drugs that have dangerous interactions by combining more than one or two prescriptions? If they take an antibiotic, for example, with what's not a drug, but you shouldn't drink alcohol and take an antibiotic. Actually, I heard when I was younger, you shouldn't actually drink Coca-Cola with some. Is that true?
That's true. And another thing, too, is grapefruit. Grapefruit can affect the absorption of a lot of high cholesterol medications and also blood pressure medications.
Wow,
So
I never knew
you
that.
need to, space if you like grapefruit or any type of grape juice, you need to space the time that you take it.
The
Usually it's
acid,
3
the acid,
hours.
apparently the acidic
Yeah.
properties.
A lot of drugs that are acid reflux drugs like Zantac, they affect the absorption of drugs. You need to wait maybe an hour or so because it affects the what's absorbed in the body. So you need to space those type of drugs.
Okay. Let's take another call, and then I want you to talk about whatever you want. Maybe we'll get Camille on board. Camille, take it.
Hello, caller.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year.
I would be very surprised if I didn't know this caller.
Oh, I was just going to tell you, guess since she just opened up her business in that area, she would probably need to stop at the Central District and have her business put on the special attention board so they can keep her eye on her business.
Okay, sure, I would love to do that.
That's
And I
on the
haven't done
Boulevard in Woodward.
that. Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. Yes, I would love to do that. We've
And have a safe and prosperous New Year, but make sure you do that so they can keep her eye on your place of business.
okay. Thank
Brother Knight, can she call that in, or does she have to go and fill out a form?
It would be best for her to go down to the station because if she calls it in, it might get lost in the shuffle.
Okay. All right. Thank
When
you.
she
Anything
goes-
else?
When
Anything?
she goes down there, ask to speak to Deputy Chief James Talbot.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Thank
friend
you
of
very
mine.
much.
You can
Oh,
definitely
okay.
tell him I dropped. He's a very good man.
Okay.
He is the best, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, and happy holidays to your family.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Your employee, are you behind glass?
Yes, I am behind bulletproof glass.
Okay. Well,
unfortunately.
I don't think too many people would be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about your business and what would stand your business apart from some of these chains.
Well, how I stand out in my store and in my business is that I offer cheap medications. I don't
Cheap
overcharge.
prices.
Cheap prices, and I don't overcharge. Also, I have a dollar store in there where they can get basic things, but actually
Wow.
the items are free. So if someone comes in and they really can't afford to get, basic things like Band-Aids, a cane, if you can't afford it, you can just purchase it, or you can.
you can't afford it,
you can
but
just
it's
pick it up. You can just take.
You
it
give
free.
away.
Yes.
Do you hear that, callers?
Yes.
People out there? Wow. And we want to support a African American business owner in Detroit that's trying to make it. Does Camille work for you?
Yes, she does.
What do you
on
do there,
some-
Camille? You need to speak up too a little bit. Look
Alright.
into the camera.
Sometimes I fill out the scripts and put them in the computer and check maps on the computer.
Well, maps?
MAPS is a system that is used to check and see when someone gets a prescription, make sure they're not getting certain controlled substances before they're supposed to pick them up. It's a system that the state uses. It's called MAPS.
Okay, Camille, I bet you do pretty good in school.
Yes.
Are you an honor student?
Yes, I'm on honor roll.
I believe it. And you have the best smile.
Thank you.
So do you go in every day after school?
No, actually, I usually go on Saturdays.
Okay. Is she paying you enough money? Because I can talk to her about it.
No, I do it for free. That's my
All
mother.
right. That's great training. My father was a doctor, and when I was little, I used to go on Saturdays to his clinic, and I was there all day long. I was a little boy. Let's take another call. We got a couple calls. These are all for you guys.
Okay.
Good evening. You're on the air with Jordan Pharmacy, Valerie Jones. How are you? Hey.
I'm doing okay.
Hello, how are you this evening?
Happy New Year.
Yes,
Happy
ma'am.
New
How
Year.
you doing?
Yes, okay. Very good.
Okay, I want to ask you. I'm gonna cut the TV down because I'm getting double feed, right?
Thank you.
Okay. What I want to ask the question is, I'm a disabled senior citizen, and I just got on Medicare. Now, do you accept Medicare insurance and stuff like that?
Most Medicare plans I do accept, yes.
Okay.
Do you know where her store is, sir?
No, I don't.
Okay, she's going to give you the address, but you have a second question?
I was just going to say that, I'm a diabetic and I have a lot of problems. Right now I'm having inflammation. So now I'm seeing not only my primary doctor, but I see a rheumatism doctor. So I get different kind of medicine. It got me on prednisone, which I heard that
Yes.
was real strong.
How long have you been on prednisone?
Well, I've been on this time about 2 weeks. I had a wound in my toe, and it wasn't healing, and so the wound doctor told me stop taking the prednisone because it could have been the reason why my blood wasn't clotting and all of that.
Okay. Well, the thing with prednisone, one of the side effects is that it can aggravate your diabetes. So I want you to make sure
Yeah, it
you're
makes it
taking
high,
your
yeah.
medication. Yes, make sure you're
Wow.
taking your medication. Make sure that you're testing yourself so that
Testing
you're
myself a
yes,
lot.
so that it doesn't aggravate it more. That's one of the common side effects to that.
Give them your name and the
Okay,
address.
can
Okay,
I ask
that's-
one more question?
Yes.
Mhm, sure.
Okay, okay, I was thinking of when you was talking. You know, I'm taking that, what other medicines can I take without taking that? You don't prescribe medicines, right? You just
For
do
what?
enough.
For what are you talking about? You mean instead of the prednisone?
Yeah, because I got I'm having muscle soreness and inflammation in my blood. That's what the doctor said.
Are you having muscle? What? I can repeat that.
I'm having muscle and joint problems and stuff like that.
Are you having the tingling in the feet, or are you just
Oh, yeah, I
having
got
just,
neuropathy,
is it
too.
arthritis?
Well, neuropathy, he said too.
Okay.
And joint
Have
pain.
you tried that Neurontin, which is for?
Yeah, I tried Neurontin.
Okay, how did that work? It's not working.
Well, it really didn't make me feel any better.
Okay.
Plus, I was kind of leery of it because people seizure patients that take that.
Yes, that's true. But it's
Yeah, and
it's,
you know, my trade was I worked in substance abuse counseling and prison ministry and all that, and I already know about all that. I don't want to get no side effects coming back and start having seizures and stuff.
okay.
I'm afraid of that.
Can I ask you one question? Can I ask
Mm-hmm.
one? Are you
Sure.
seeing more? How many doctors do you have, sir?
I have one main primary doctor, and I'm seeing another doctor now for this rheumatism.
I
The same. I'm at geriatrics, Rosa Parks Geriatrics at DMC.
I just want to say that a pharmacist really would be reluctant, to prescribe a drug, but I believe that Valerie could certainly give you support and tell you if this is not the right drug, that might be an interaction for another drug.
Yes.
Right.
And I'd recommend that you go in to see her if you have your prescriptions filled, Valerie, right? Give them your address, and if you want to
Right.
say,
Okay, sure.
you want to write this down, or you're going to remember it?
I'll remember it.
Okay.
It's 132
132
05 Dexter.
05.
And that's in Detroit.
Dexter. Is it Dexter right
Okay,
at
what's that
Davison?
near
It's
corner?
right. It's between Davison and Tyler. TYL.
Oh, Davidson and Tyler. I know exactly where you are.
Yes.
And she's the owner, so you got the phone number?
Let me
the
ask you
phone
something. Do
number
you
is
get
up-
around? Can you come, or will someone have to come and talk to you and get your
I
medications
can
all
get
together?
around, but
oh,
not
okay.
right now because I'm having this foot problem.
Okay. Well, if you could, I would like for you to bring all your medications. We can straighten them out, sort them out. If you're on anti-inflammatory medications, we can talk about that. There's a whole gamut of those type of medications that you can take to see which one is working. Just because Motrin or
Right,
other
right.
medications
That's what
not
I
working,
want to
you
do
can go.
because I
Yes.
want to, I want to make sure. Because one time I was taking one drug from one doctor to another, and he told me don't take that. I was interacting. But the other doctor didn't even ask me about that. Which every place I go
And that's
to a
common.
new doctor, or I always, right? I know my medicines by heart. I tell them all my meds, so the doctor's supposed to know if something interacting, but the doctor didn't even tell me.
Sometimes you have to be your own doctor
Yes,
and
true.
tell your
Right.
doctor what's going on with you. And I just want to say, if you go to most of these chains, I'm 60 years old. I've been taking various drugs in drugstores for 40 years. They just fill your prescription. You're just
Oh,
a
yeah,
number.
that's their primary function.
Yeah, you're just a number to them. You're a business.
Right.
If you go in, I guarantee you, and I stand for anybody who comes on my show, I stand behind. If you go to Valerie's store and she sees you're taking 3 different drugs, and she believes in her experience and her knowledge that this is a dangerous combination,
Yes,
you're going to
sure.
tell them.
Of course.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right. All right. So are you good? We have to go.
Okay, my name is Reverend Brown, so
Okay. Hopefully I'll see you.
yes, ma'am. Have a good. What's your hours?
My hours are 10 to 5, and that's on weekdays, and on Saturdays I'm open from 10 to 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Rev.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take one more call.
All right.
Good evening. You're on the air. Could you make your call brief and concise, please, and Happy New Year?
Happy New Year, Barry Ross. How are you?
All right, sir.
Hello.
R.J. Watkins. Want to let you know you have a very interesting show tonight.
RJ, how are you, sir?
Fine.
For the owner of the station to be calling me, I know I'm doing something
Hello.
right. Did you see Malik's show tonight, RJ?
Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting.
Oh my God.
Part of it.
He is quite a man. What can we do for you?
I'm just calling and saying it was a very interesting show, very educational. I like what you're doing. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. You have a question for Valerie, Jay?
Well, no. Does she have interns to train young people?
Not at this time, but I am interested in interns. Everett, all of the schools they have pharmacy technicians. They do offer internship programs, and I'm interested in acquiring one, and I actually need one. But right now, there's no one working.
Okay, well, let us know how we can help you out as far as getting
that would be great.
people involved in learning the craft. I think it's very important, and it seems that it's a very important field, and we'd like to help you all we can.
Jay, do you want me to give you her number, or do you want me to give?
We can talk later.
Okay.
I was watching the show.
All right.
It's very interesting. Me and the wife is watching the show, and we think it's very interesting.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You know I love you. I got a lot of love for you in this station. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Good luck, Valerie.
Oh, thank you very much.
All
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. We're going to take a quick minute, and I'm going to let you give a synopsis real quick with your name, address again, and where people can go to get prescriptions filled. And then I'm going to have you back, and we're going to work with you.
Okay.
We got a lot of calls for you
All right,
tonight.
sure. All right. Well,
Camille, what do you think? We had some calls.
Yes.
We had some action tonight.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Tell them about your store real quick.
Okay. I have a store. My name is Valerie Jones. It's called Jordan's Discount Pharmacy. It's located on Dexter. The address is 13205 Dexter Avenue. That's in Detroit. And the phone number is 313-931-3301. And I just want to let everybody know you're welcome to come. You can look around. If you can't afford, I have crutches there. I have walkers. If you can't afford to purchase one, you can have one for free. And I have some dollar store items also in the store that you can have for free. But the main thing is that I do offer reasonable medications that people can afford.
I think I'm going to get my prescription switched to you.
Okay. All right.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
You know I'm going to help you.
Okay, thank you.
And Camille, you want to say goodbye to everybody, and we're going to take a quick
Goodbye.
break, and we're going to be back with Eric Humphrey. Say that.
Goodbye.
Say that. We're going to take a quick
We're
break.
going to take a quick break, and we will be back with Eric Humphrey.
Okay, good job. Thank you. We'll be right back, everyone. Stay tuned. Stay with us.
1,000 men's suits. And right now at Sermons, you can buy one and get two free. Not one suit, but two free. Buy one suit, bring two friends. Buy one suit, bring two relatives. Buy one suit, get two free. Bring your pastor, your boss, your teacher. Buy one suit and get two free. Sermons with 90 years of experience, carrying jeans, exotic skin shoes, sets, shirts, leathers, sweaters, everything for the well-dressed man. Buy one suit, get two free. Sermons on Randolph in downtown Detroit.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin.
Did you know that there are over 100,000 abandoned homes within the city of Detroit? If you are tired of abandoned dangerous houses in your neighborhood, please support the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. Please make all checks and money orders payable to the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. The mailing address, 17301 Livernois, Suite 405, Detroit, Michigan, 48221. All donations will help fund the expense of boarding up abandoned homes within the city of Detroit and Highland Park. For more information, contact Barry Ross at 248-417-9696 or Minister Malik Shabazz at 313-646-3375.
Hey, come on. Man, what is taking so long? Let's play.
Just getting a number.
Whose number?
Narcotics Anonymous.
Hey, if you need to talk.
No way, it's not for me, it's for my brother. He's constantly wasted. Come on, hoop time. Can you tell me about NA?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you.
following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors. You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park.
Welcome to Metro Foodland, where you will always find courteous service. Our hardworking staff always gives their all to maintain our dairy fresh and wholesome products, cold cuts, premium meats, and of course, we have some of the freshest produce around. Check out our deli and bistro. We also carry specialty items such as Tanisha Noni, Water Station alkaline water, and much, much more. If we don't have it, just ask, and we'll do our best to get it. Remember to ask how to join our Healthy Rewards Club. Seniors and ladies, always ask for an escort to your vehicle. We'll see you soon at Detroit's own community grocer, Metro Foodland, located at 18551 Grand River. That's 18551 Grand River, near Finkel and the Southfield Freeway. Remember, that's Metro Foodland.
Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. Good evening, and welcome back to Mixing It Up. This show's live on TV 33. If you go to, if you got the digital box, if you don't have cable, you can hit us up on TV 33 in Detroit, only in Detroit, but you can go online. You got a computer or a smartphone, TV33WHPR.com, and the call-in numbers are always on the screen, but they're all 868-313 numbers, 0342-0351-4336. We're not sure yet. We might have a segment with Reverend Mayowa. I have no idea yet, so we're going to have to wait and see what's going on. Better late than never. It looks like we're going to have a segment tonight. I love the element of surprise, and not only that, she's going to be here in person. Reverend Mayowa Reynolds and her husband, Lumumba, for bringing her by. She looks beautiful tonight. Okay, all right. Well, her twin sister's coming on tonight. We got a serious problem in this country. Crime. We have many. But what are we going to do when we're not home and when we come home and we're wiped out? What are we going to do when the police can't always come? They don't always come for murders, let alone B&Es. My guest, Eric Humphrey, is here tonight to give you a viable option, a solution for a serious problem all over the country, all over Michigan, not just in Detroit. This is new technology. Eric, thank you very much for coming. I need you to come a little closer.
Okay. Thanks for having me, Barry.
You're welcome. What's the name of your show? I mean your company.
Oh, you want to give me a show now?
Give you a show.
My company is called Scantech Security, and basically what Scantech does, we have a new patent pending security system, and it's called the Talking Security System. Now what that means is your basic security system, it allows a person to break in. They break in, the alarm goes off, okay?
Even if it has video?
Exactly.
Go on.
Okay.
Let's say it has a video.
Right.
And it's got an alarm.
Right.
What's the scenario there?
Well, the scenario is, let's run the tape back and see what happened. Okay, but they still broke in. You still lost your items. Now you feel uncomfortable because you've been violated. Okay, someone broke into your home or your business. So now you got to fill out insurance paperwork.
If you have insurance.
Right, if you have insurance. If you don't, then it's even worse. But the main thing, you have the downtime, and you have to start over. You got to scrape up some change to get everything together to get back in business again or get your life back the way it was. But now there's a difference. It's something we can do that's a little different, a lot different.
Can I just interrupt you real quick, just a hot second? What if sometimes it's more than your property? What if your life could be in danger? If you're in the house, and today, they're so brazen, they break into homes knowing you're there.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm home, my wife's home, with a couple little children. And under your system, what's the pros on your system versus another system?
You don't have to worry about that anymore. My system is like a dog you don't have to feed.
Go ahead.
So basically what that means is you're always going to know when something's going on. The system won't let people get close enough to your home.
Why?
Because it's monitored 24/7, and we've got a patent pending on this product. And basically what that means is it's a new product, nothing else out there is like that. And it's going to keep people from entering the house. We put a security field around your house. Okay?
What kind of field?
I call it a force field. Keeps people out, keeps you in.
Well, I'm trying to understand. I want people to concisely understand when we're conveying to them exactly what makes this difference. So if I had the other video one,
right,
it's still going to show them who they are. But now I'm coming up to this house that your company with the patent pending product has. I'm approaching the front door.
Right.
What happens now?
Okay, as soon as you get within a certain distance, the system says, this house is protected by Scantech Security. Your picture's been taken and sent to the police. Please move away from the house. Then we would come on live. We would say, you in the red shirt, I'm talking to you. And then they'll talk back, you're talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you.
Someone at the station house
Exactly.
confronts the alleged perpetrator at your front door.
Exactly.
What if he says, so what? Come on with it.
Well, besides that, we do have armed guards that can come with this service, and we can have them on a patrol. So they can show up, we can call them, and they could probably show up in some cases maybe before the police may show up. And our people are armed, they're licensed, and they do have the authority to make arrests.
Now they're just sitting there waiting for these calls to respond to?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And what's generally, let's say my home is 15, 20 miles away from where the guards are. What's the response time generally?
Well, we would like to have a patrol in that area. If we have a patrol, we could probably have a 10-minute window in which to get there. Okay.
So I guess the advantage would be where a lot of people in the neighborhood have this system, so you have a network to make it worthwhile to have that patrol.
Exactly. We can have the patrol there. So what that means is you can have very quick response time, the way it really should be. And the bottom line is, it always gives you peace of mind with this system. Like I said, it's like a dog you don't have to feed. So let's say you're asleep. The system goes off. What's going to happen, this person is going to be startled. 9 times out of 10, they're going to run.
The average person.
The average person.
Unless they're crazy.
Right.
Why don't we do this? You're extremely articulate, but the picture's worth 1,000 words. Okay. We have a little video to show them.
All right, let's view it.
Mr. Hodo, can we run this video?
All too often, break-ins are a part of doing business in the city.
I've got a great voice, is that you?
And while basic alarm systems have their place, old school methodology, more often than not, just doesn't measure up. Now, using state-of-the-art digital interactive technology, the new Scantech systems offer a different approach.
Yeah, I'm about to put a liquor on this, but I got hay off this boy. Woo!
Stop right there. This is Scantech Security. Please move away from the building.
What?
Your picture's been taken and sent to the police.
Who is this?
This is Scantech Security. I'm talking to you in the black hat. Turn backwards. Yeah.
Well, what y'all supposed to do?
Oh, you're gonna find out in a second. Our security force is on its way.
Oh,
going on? We see y'all all right? Hey, man, hold up, man. I got a wife, kids, man. I got a friend on the side. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make some money, man. ScanTech.
The ScanTech Talking Security System. We watch your business so you can run your business.
I got to tell you something. That is off the hook. Now, if anybody saw this and you're any reasonable kind of perpetrator, you better be scared. Let's take a call. We got a couple minutes.
All right, great.
Good evening. You're on the air with Eric Humphrey. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, my brother? What's going on?
How are you, sir?
What's going on there, Ross?
You got it. We got a couple minutes.
Hey, I just want to tell Eric, congratulations, man. I told him when he gets it out there, he's gonna get a chance to get people to see what I saw.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Hey, I'm going to run this for him for a few weeks under no obligation, no strings attached. I want to help him.
That's beautiful, man. That's good looking out, Ross.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. Just let them know that I got it on It Takes a Village on. I got it on my personal page, and I shared it, so I'm inviting other people to share it as well so we can get it out there.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anything else you want to say to him?
I just like to
all right,
thank
Eric, I'll talk to you later. All right, Ross.
All right. Okay.
Thank you for your help.
All right. Later.
So this system is now available for consumption.
Yes, it is.
And we don't generally quote prices on the phone. I mean, on the show.
Right.
I'm so used to saying that at my business. In the event someone is interested that's watching this show, and we're going to have you give your information, your contact information. If they saw it on the show, are you willing to give them some kind of discount courtesy if they say they saw it on the show?
Yes, I am. Just give me a call, and we'll be happy to work out a deal with you.
You'll work with them?
Yes, I will.
All right, tell them the name of your company, contact, all your information you want to give out.
ScanTech Security, and we are on Facebook. Scan, S-C-A-N, Tech, T-E-C-H, Security. We're on Facebook. You can see the commercial there also.
Phone number?
248-747-3055.
Repeat it again.
248-747-3055.
Now you can install this for them?
Yes, we can.
Go ahead.
Well, we can install it for a home, a business. We can do a complete neighborhood, okay? Schools. This would be perfect for schools. If you have any type of school and you're interested in this, this will keep people out in regards to something bad happening, because we're going to monitor 24/7, so no one will be able to get in who doesn't belong there, okay? And we can talk directly to them to hold them back while our security force gets there. It's kind of like having the shiny coin and just kind of hypnotize them for a moment. It gives us a chance.
I could think of a million purposes. I mean, a lot of to be honest with you, even a police station could use this.
Exactly.
There are a host of businesses and purposes and reasons why. You said schools, daycare kindergarten,
churches, places of
my
worship.
God, yes. We could go on and on and on.
You can use it to monitor parking lots, parks where children play. If we monitor parks, then you can make sure that no one vandalizes the parks anymore, okay? Because we can't have security on every corner, at least live security, a person there, but we could have this system, and this system is very cost effective. I mean, it's very reasonable. And if we could move this system out throughout the city, we can have a grid in which we can see what's going on, and we can work with the different community organizations. We can roll back the tape if something happened 2 weeks ago to find out what happened, okay? But 9 times out of 10, with our system there, something bad wouldn't have happened because we could have seen it.
You have to have a lot of manpower and a lot of cameras inside and monitors. I mean, if you sold this to an entire community, you're going to need a lot of, obviously you're aware of this.
Oh, yes, and we can create a lot of jobs, too, because we're going to need additional installers. We can hire and train security people. So there will be a lot of opportunity for the community.
And so you're going to put up cameras, a DVR.
Yes, sir.
And can they hook this into their computer to watch their home? Let's say I'm going on vacation, and I just want to see what's going on in my home from out of town. You can do that, too.
Well, I'm glad you asked me that. You'll be able to see it right from your smartphone.
Wow.
So if you have your smartphone, you'll be able to see the same thing that we'll be able to see, okay? And you can also run the tape back to see different events. And when you leave your home, you know that we're watching the home for you, and your house is going to be safe. So we'll house sit your home for you. So don't worry about it. Okay, you're at work, do your work. Don't worry about it. We'll watch your home for you. Your vacation, don't worry about it. We'll take care of your home for you. Your business, same thing.
All right, we lost it. Listen, one more time, and then we're going to go. I want you to give your name of the company, and your phone number,
Okay.
and then we're going to work together.
Okay, my name is Eric Humphrey. The name of the company is Scantech Security. Our phone number is 248-747-3055.
Okay. Okay, listen, we're going to be going right now. Thank you very much. If you could just sit with me for a hot second.
Okay, no problem.
I appreciate you coming. You know I'm going to work with you.
Thank you for having me.
Reverend Maya Reynolds is affiliated with the Fellowship Chapel, and I can't say enough about her magnificent, dynamic interest and passion in the city of Detroit. And she's here with us tonight. As you know, the last segment of my show, I've been turning over to this fine woman. And so in a minute, we're going to see a very important segment. Thank you for joining our show tonight, and I appreciate all my guests that came here tonight. I can't thank you enough for allowing me to come into your homes. I'm very humbled, and a person like me to be able to have a show, and I have to thank the station and my engineer Hodo. So it's 2013, and Maya has got a message for you that's going to be off the hook. So without any further delay, I'd like to present to you Reverend Maya Reynolds right now, coming on to the show.
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in. I want to give a special thanks to my brother and friend, Barry Ross. Thank you again for this opportunity to share. It is a new year, a new you, a new opportunity, a new possibility. I know people often make New Year's resolutions, as we talked about last week at the first day, the last day of Kwanzaa, the first day of the year. But I want us to focus on what's possible. When we make resolutions, we often set ourselves and set these goals that before the month is over, we've forgotten about, or because we broke them or could not meet the challenge. But really, this newness, this new year presents to us an opportunity for what's possible. What's possible? Is it possible for you to regain your health and your vitality through exercise and nutrition? Is it possible for you to change your thinking from negative to positive? It is possible. And so tonight we want to talk about possibilities and pathways to opening up our greatest potential and our greatest possibilities. So one of the things I wanted to share with you tonight is something that's very important to me and that has a great impact on my life and helping me to walk out on that path of what's possible is yoga. And I have with me my very dear friend, Kimberly Boyd, of Dancing Between the Lines and Spirit-Filled Yoga. She happens to be my very best friend, as well as the owner and operator of Dancing Between the Lines and Spirit-Filled Yoga. So I have her as a personal yogi, as well as she has an opportunity to teach people throughout this city and the nation as she travels across the globe. She works with people from workers that deal with people who have trauma. She works with people that just want to come and take her class. She offers classes over at Fellowship Chapel. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about what she does, where she does, and how she does it. But I wanted to share this with you because I wanted to talk about why yoga is important to me. The practice of yoga is important to me because it helps me to tap into what's possible. It helps me to strengthen my body, my mind, and my spirit. The opportunity to do yoga gives me an opportunity for concentration, for contemplation. She always asks at the beginning of class, she probes us with a question or a thought, and that helps to strengthen the mind. It also helps to strengthen the mind to stay on your own mat. It helps me spiritually because it helps to release me from judgment. Everything about our society teaches us to be very judgmental, but the practice of yoga teaches us to see every experience for something that we can learn from. And as a minister, that practice of releasing myself from that type of judgment. And releasing ourselves from judgment about, oh, we didn't exercise, or we ate this, or we did this. We can release ourselves from those things and really step into what's possible. And of course, yoga is good for the body because I'm moving my joints, my muscles, I'm pressing blood through the arteries and through the lymph nodes and all those health benefits. But because it is that one thing that touches on the body, mind, and the spirit, I find it to be very important and beneficial. And I wanted to share it with you tonight. And hopefully you can get on board and start practicing yoga. We're here in my yoga prayer meditation room where I can come and contemplate, read some Queen Afua, read Louise Hay, write in my journal, and practice yoga. And so I'd like to introduce to you Kimberly Boyd Johnson, but known as Kimberly Boyd, Dancing Between the Lines and Spirit-Filled Yoga.
Good evening. It's so wonderful to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So I would like for you to share with the audience what does Spirit-Filled Yoga mean, and what are some of the myths that you're shattering with this opportunity for possibilities with yoga with you?
I think the first and foremost, the thing to remember is that spirit, Ruha Ka, is that ability for us to connect to breath, literally, and to a divine sense of energy and power within. Many people think that practicing yoga is equal to practicing religion, or they see the iconography, the statues, and are believing that if you get involved in the practice of yoga, then you're practicing something other than what is authentically your own spiritual path. And while it is true that for some spiritual pathways, yoga is a way in, there are other cultures that are just closer to understanding that we cannot ignore the body, because the body is a house of the spirit, whether you connect the idea of spirit to an entity, God, or just understand that as a being on the earth without spirit, without breath, there is no life.
That's right, that's right.
There's a way to connect to that, and so that's very integrated for some people. But as you were mentioning, there are so many health benefits to the practice of yoga. If we just understand that connecting to breath in and of itself is what's going to fuel the rest of our ability to think clearly, to move smoothly and effectively, and to affect body, bone, joint systems, and to massage internally our bodies as opposed to always attacking from the outside in, then we have a practice that's beneficial not only for the body, but for the mind, and creating a clear pathway for intuition, breath, spirit, the voice of God, whatever you want to call it, to speak through you. And mostly the practice of Spirit-Filled Yoga is built on the idea that you should be able to listen first. And often we go to doctors or physicians to find out what's wrong with us, when the truth of the matter is that something that made you go in the first place, that voice that you have been ignoring, is the voice of Spirit speaking to you first, so that you can be in command of your own healing process and experience. So in Spirit-Filled Yoga, we just practice listening. If you do nothing else but learn to sit and breathe and be, for a moment or two a day, you're practicing wonderful yoga. And so we build on from there.
I'd like for you to talk a little bit about breath. I know for me, learning more about breath, as a young person who studied Dunham technique, we would always breathe, deeply before each class. And we often went places spiritually throughout the class. And then as you learn more about who Katherine Dunham is and what she stood for and what she believed and how she was open to what was possible, I want you to talk about how the breath, like if we get tense, you talk about how we can hold our breath and really what we're doing if we're blocking our pathway to really thinking clearly. So talk a little bit about breath and how it helps us in stressful situations and also helps us to think more clearly.
Absolutely. It's as simple as that, that mostly when we get stressed, we stop breathing, or we breathe very shallowly from the top of our lungs. And what that does is send a signal to the brain to tense the muscles of the body, because we have to fight, we have to run, we have to freeze, or we have to flee. One of those survival modalities. And it doesn't really matter whether we are actually in a physically threatening situation. As soon as our muscles become bound, then the brain says, oh, we must lead. It must be something we can't see, so let's make sure we are battle ready. And while that stress response is one that is a very important one, because certainly there are times in life when it is time to run, it is time to fight, it is time to freeze, it is time to flee, Mostly we live in a state of constant stress where we just have no way of turning that off. And when we are constantly dumping that stress response hormone into our bloodstream, then it becomes corrosive to the entire organism and it breaks it down, and that's what makes it possible for other diseases or imbalances to manifest. So just like it really doesn't matter whether you're actually being threatened, if your body stays tense, then the mind will trigger to prepare you to respond to stress. Even if we are under threat, if we can consciously change the breath, we can convince the body to relax enough to then gain access to higher processes of thinking, because when we're under stress, it's just about survival and we can't think creatively. But when we can use the breath to change our bodies, we can also change our minds and access higher creativity and intellect. So if you do nothing else but remember to change your breath, especially when you're under stress, and that's the counterintuitive thing. And so the practice of yoga helps you even be consciously aware that, you know what? I am tense. Let me see if I can do something about that. And that is one of the most empowering things that we can do every day, is to really be in command of how and when we breathe.
Oh, that is so awesome. And I hear now, the audience may not know this, but I know that you have, in addition to being a professional dancer and having a master's degree in educator, being an educator, that you've also done a special course of study in the brain and understanding how movement and the brain are connected. And you teach all over the nation, teaching young people, teaching adults how to embrace the kinetic learner, the kinesthetic kid, the one like me, who really learn through doing, through touching, through tactile. And so understanding that our responses and what we do in yoga can help us really put it into our bodies, and when we experience something, that's when we can figure out what's possible.
Indeed.
That's when we can, move beyond our fears and do something that we've never done before, or accomplish those things that we keep saying we want to do, but we never do them.
Absolutely. So that's sort of the added benefit, that for the most part, people know that they go to gym because they want to do something about their bodies, or that's one of those resolutions. I know I got to get started. But practicing compassion enough to get started, because we start telling ourselves all the things that we are not. So the added benefit to actually really getting going is that when we can focus our mind on something more lasting than just being able to get into our favorite jeans or the outside, something shifts and transforms on the inside. It doesn't matter anymore, and before you know it, that physical transformation you were looking for takes hold.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to practice. We're just going to go through what we would typically go through, and you'll lead. And then at the end of practice, we'll have a very nutritious drink that we're going to create in our laboratory. As Queen Afua says, our kitchen should be our healing laboratory. So we're going to go to the healing laboratory and create a refreshing drink. And so now I'm going to turn it over to Kimberly, and we're going to go through some yoga moves. Don't try this at home unless you're experienced, as well as consult a physician. But for me, having danced my whole life and had some damage to some joints that I'm healing, yoga has been the most beneficial physical exercise, because it is not jarring, or there's no jumping, there's no sudden movements, but everything is about concentrating in the breath. And having birthed or helped to midwife my own grandson and had 3 children, we know that when we come on the planet, the thing that lets us know that we're here, let everybody know, is when we take our first breath. And having sat at my father's side when he took his last is when we exhale and we make our transition to become an ancestor. So now we're going to incorporate the breath into our bodies, and Kimberly is going to lead us in some yoga movements.
So beginning in the comfortable seated position, so really listen to your body and adjust your legs, your arms, in whatever way is going to make this seat comfortable. Try to find a way in which you can really lengthen the spine so that you can have full advantage of your lungs. Imagine the crown of your head rising up past the ceiling into the sky, and from this place, inhale through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. And again, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And working in sets of 3, one last inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And take the next few breaths to connect to your natural breath, that way that you breathe just because you are who you are right here, right now. And begin to pull your focus and attention inward toward the center of your body as you notice your breath. With your next inhale, imagine the breath not only coming in through your nose, but feel and see your belly expanding like a balloon to allow the lungs to lengthen, the breath to deepen. And as you exhale, gently squeeze your belly button to your spine, lengthening it a little bit more and assisting the breath in leaving. When you're ready, inhale again and imagine yourself opening, receiving, accepting, making more room. And as you exhale, gently squeezing to release, to let go, to empty, and to clear the way for this third breath. You allow it to be even deeper and longer, slower and stronger. And exhale. And return once again to your natural breath. And from this space, imagine what you have come to practice. And so if you're focusing on strength, bring that to mind. And if you're here to focus on peace, bring that to mind. And if you're here to focus on balance, imagine the breath that you're breathing, making it possible for you to receive all the wisdom that's already within you, that's connected to this thought, this idea. And from this place of peace, holding on to this deep breath and this amazing thought, let's continue with the practice. And so coming to our hands and knees, there are many pathways. Pick the one that's most peaceful. Rolling forward against the knees or taking the knees to both sides, bringing ourselves to table pose. Hands and knees together. So the knees are about shoulders width apart, and your wrists are right in line with your knees. Instead of looking down at the mat, look diagonally forward in a position that will have you able to maintain the curve of your neck, your cervical spine. You could balance a lemon on the back of your neck. And from this place, as you inhale, lift your gaze upward, your chin upward, and allow your belly to dip down toward the mat. And as you exhale, that same breath where you were squeezing your belly button to your spine changes the back so that it arches upward and the chin comes forward. And so to the measure of your own breath, that means instead of just breathing in when I say or breathing out when I say, you're listening to your body and inhaling as you need to inhale and exhaling as you need to exhale, honoring the pace that your body is working with today, which may be different than yesterday. It may certainly be different than tomorrow. And along the way, what we are doing is articulating the spine, strengthening the pathway between the brain through the brain stem, which is housed in the neck, all the way down the central nervous system through the back. Imagine every bone of the spine moving in turn as we decompress and de-stress from our standing and running and walking of the day. The next inhale, as you exhale, return to table pose, and let's continue to balance the spine. Then inhale, get ready, and as you exhale, squeezing belly button to spine for support, extend the right leg back and long, all 5 toes tucked under. And take a few breaths here to make sure that even your pinky baby toe is tucked under, which will mean both your hips are facing the earth, which means that you have equal weight on both sides of your body. This is a balancing pose, even though it appears to be unequal. See if you can shift your weight back and forth on your wrists, the one knee, and the toes to make sure that somehow your weight is evenly distributed even while you are breathing peacefully and calmly. Then inhale, get ready, and as you exhale, soften the knee, bend it, bring it back into place. Yoga is all about finding balance, creating balance. So whatever we do on one side, we do on the other. With an inhale, get ready, exhale, and extend the leg back and long, all 5 toes tucked under. And take a few breaths here. There is no rush. A balanced breath is an inhale followed by an exhale. And although we're taking our time and we appear not to be moving, we're finding our edge. That means somewhere between working too hard and not working hard enough. Exhale, bring the knee back into place. Okay, having done balance on both sides, cat-cow again. That inhale, looking up, exhale, squeezing belly button to spine. And coming back to center. Okay. So doing that much is just enough, or we can add on a little bit more. Inhale to get ready, exhale, extend the leg back and long. All 5 toes tucked under, equal weight, hand, knee, toes. With an inhale, we're going to gently lift that leg up and back, only as high as your hips. And imagine extending the sole of the foot to the back of the room, balancing the spine here. Noticing, in fact, what it takes to balance in this position. Breathing peacefully and calmly, trying not to lock the limbs, but lengthen and strengthen them as we take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, peacefully bend that knee, bring it back into place. We're going to the other side. Now, if you feel that you've given yourself a little too much stress in the back or the hips, then you can add in a cat-cow and then take yourself to the other side. So my voice is merely the guide as opposed to the mandate of when you move and how you move. Really listen to your body. Use the inhales to lift, lengthen, and extend. Use the exhales to empty and to fold. After 3 or so even breaths, soften the knee, bring it back into place, cat-cow once again. Tucking your toes under, we're going to go to our first inverted pose, downward facing dog. So tucking all 10 toes under, inhale to get ready. As we exhale, we're going to press into the hands, lift the hips up toward the sky, and release the head between both hands. So the shape is a pyramid. See, feel the base of it between both feet and both hands. As you imagine your hips lifting upward as your head releases forward. Breathing peacefully here, allowing blood flow to enter the brain. With one more inhale, we're going to lift the heels and stretch them upward. As we exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, look forward, and we're going to walk the feet forward toward the hands. So we are folded forward. Now your knees can be bent slightly as though sitting in a chair. Chin release forward to the chest. From here, inhale, lengthen the crown of the head forward. Exhale, relax the chin forward again. With the next inhale, we're going to press into the soles of the feet in order to rise. Lengthen both arms wide to the side, gazing upward, reaching upward toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands to the center of your chest, the heart's center. And from this place, relax the shoulders. Feel the soles of the feet reaching deeply into the earth as the crown of the head soars upward through the ceiling. Notice the beating of your heart. And so if you've come to practice strength, notice what you've just realized about strength by making it from the earth to the standing position. If you're here to practice balance, what is it that you learned about being balanced? Is balance a place where there's no movement? Did you have to shift? If you did, where did your mind go? From this place, inhaling, both arms wide to the side again. Exhaling, folding forward halfway. Release the chin forward toward the chest. Legs are long this time as the head folds forward. Inhale, halfway up, gazing upward. So we exhale, bend the knees. We're going to plant the hands on the earth, and this time stepping back, one foot and then the other, to the top of a push-up. This is plank position. Another balancing pose. See if you can find equal weight between all 10 toes, all 10 fingers, and the palms of your hand. Soles of the feet reaching back, lifting your chin so that it's your heart that's reaching forward in this balancing and strength building pose. So now your yoga push-up is different from a regular push-up. What we're going to do is inhale to get ready and exhale, lower down slowly through the hands. Coming to the tops of your feet, inhale halfway up, gazing upward as you lift your heart, lift your chest. From this place, exhale, tucking your toes under, floating back through that table pose, but going all the way back up to downward facing dog. A few balanced breaths here, an inhale followed by an exhale. With your next inhale, as you exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walking your feet forward towards your hands once again. Knees staying folded forward, inhale halfway up, looking upward. Exhale, folding forward and inhale, thinking of the soles of the feet and not the knees as you merely lengthen and rise, floating upward, honoring your own height. Inhale, lifting the arms skyward, joining the hands palm to palm, exhaling hands to heart's center. So although there are many different forms and systems of yoga and ways of moving, what we just did is a basic flow. Sun salutation, letter A. Might have some variation between one teacher or another, one studio or another, but if you can repeat that series of exercises individually and together in a fluid form, you have a good foundation for being successful in any yoga class, any yoga practice that you might want to enter.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So when we say namaste in the Sanskrit language, we're saying that the God in me, the good in me, acknowledges the God and the good in you. And I thank you from a humble place of gratitude. And we say, to God be the glory.
To God be the glory. Thank you for sharing your practice with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your practice with us.
And join us now in my healing laboratory for a refreshing drink of fresh vegetable juice, or a fruit smoothie, or a beautiful blend of tea. So now we're in the healing laboratory, as Queen Afua says, the kitchen. And after yoga, after we have breathed and moved and transformed and considered, then you're thirsty. Oftentimes when you exercise, you might even be hungry. But we encourage you to drink some water station, alkaline water to refresh. There's nothing like water to replenish and refresh. And then I'm going to make 3 drinks that will be excellent choices to drink after exercising. One will be a vegetable drink, a fruit drink, and I have some tea seeping right here. So I'm going to start with fresh vegetables, and I have carrots, beets, and an apple, and this is a great juice. Here, you can hand me the carrot. Carrots, great for beta carotene, vitamins, minerals, grown underground, very intense energy. Then I'm going to add some, add an apple. I like adding apples because it gives it that, knocks off that edge, gives it a little sweetness. There we go.
The skin is on, which preserves all of the...
And now, for the blood, the beet, very high concentration of, look at that, delish. Get all that beet juice. That's a blood purifier. This is freshly made.
This beautiful color.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful color. This can be purchased under $100. You don't have to spend a lot, but you do have to invest. Cheers. Ah, that's refreshing. And actually, Baba Lumumba is best at making smoothies, but I will attempt. I'm gonna put a couple of bananas in here. Can you get
the milk?
Mm-hmm. We use frozen fruit instead of ice. Now, some people use all fresh fruit, but we use a frozen fruit, which acts as the ice agent.
You probably need a little
So
bit more.
frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries. No, that's good. That's good. And I just fill the cup up. A little almond milk. I like mine with almond milk. I'm gonna see the blades. Okay. From this morning, you twist the blades on. Now you can get this bullet under $19.
You probably need one more banana.
Bob Lumumba likes 2 bananas. I have it. Already cut. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna fit.
No, that's the thing. You make it squeeze it.
Squeeze it? Okay. So like I said, he's the smoothie man. We love his smoothies. Twist the blade on. Then you turn it upside down. And let it go. So the frozen strawberries and blueberries makes it cold. So you have to use ice. The almond milk makes it creamy. And of course, the bananas make it frothy. You don't have to hold it. You just let it work. You can chop up some vegetables, do something else. And when it's completely spun, you unhook it, twist the top off, and there we have a frothy, thick, delicious fruit smoothie, which is excellent after a yoga class. Have one of these every morning for breakfast. And then lastly, another refreshing drink that you can have. Someone bought me a gift certificate to Tivana. It's an excellent tea store. I let the tea seep. This is chai tea in white, evrated. And I'm gonna place the cup, the pot on top of the cup, and it's gonna come out. And Kimberly and I will sit and sip and enjoy a nice cup of tea. So these are all things that are refreshing after a nice yoga class that will replenish, refresh, and restore. It only takes a few minutes to prepare. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm so excited you decided to join, and I'm excited you allow me into your homes and that I invite you into mine as we step out this year, 2013, into what is possible. Cheers.
Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.